Welcome to The Real Shift, where real news meets real world problems. And I'm Ro for The Real Shift, asking you to roll with me. Imagine the map we've used for 80 years is being erased. While the world watches political headlines, a silent war is being fought in the ports, railways, and deep sea cables. Today, we're looking at the BRICS plan to dismantle the Western trade monopoly, the choke point problem. Now, remember, the petrodollar to be exact, originated in the Middle East, where in order to purchase any of these goods, especially oil, has to be converted into the petrodollar. Hence, hegemony, hence, control, hence, power is in the hand of the beholder, which is the dollar. So now, understanding this, we have to understand why this war right now going on in the Middle East is so important. Because, first off, we have one group that's been running things down there for a while, and now they're being challenged. Their power, hegemony, their stance is being challenged. And this stance is being challenged by not just one country, it's called the BRICS countries. They put together to try to circumvent or go around all these trade restrictions, sanctions, all these things that destroy countries, destroy economies, because that's all sanctions do. Sanctions don't help nobody but the country putting the sanctions on. So, understanding that, if somebody is telling you that they're going to sanction you and then force you into doing something that you don't want to do but they want you to do, what do you call that? That's what you call control. And this control is being eradicated as we speak. Now, the Western dominance relies on the specific physical and financial vows mentioned the Strait of Hormuz and the Malacca Strait as example. So now these two straits control a lot of the world's economy. The Hormuz proved that it's more important than anything. And now, if the Red Sea, the Malacca Strait, is is ends up in the same situation as Hormuz, the world is in for a very, very rough ride. Now, BRICS, specifically China, they're building a Silk Road alternative. The International North-South Transport Corridor, INSTC, in the Arctic route. Now, Iran and Russia as the new transit hubs, bypassing traditional Western control waters. Now, we're going to look into the financial layer. Now, physical trade routes to the currency shift goes hand in hand because the trade routes were a means of policing trade. Now, if all these trades are being conducted in the absence of the dollar, what does that say about the control? The control is absent also. So, in order to understand this, is that right now, Russia, China, Iran, and other countries are actually doing trades in their own currency without US. And now, to make this even worse, Iran is actually asking that if you want to get through the straits, you cannot do business in dollars. So all of these things are coming for the dollar's head. And only thing we have in our arsenal is rhetoric, threats, and basically That's it. Everything else is happening, and all we can do is bitch and moan, basically, because what we want to do is not in our toolkit. We don't have the means to do what we want to do. So right now, we are forced to bargain, forced to negotiate. And that is a position that we are not familiar with, which is negotiating, because we've never negotiated in good faith. We always made demands and the demands were met. So there was never a need for negotiation until now. Somebody has proven that the leverage that once was held by the US is no longer there, and they're eroding it day by day. Iran is now currently striking US. Iran, for the first time, went on the offensive, and instead of defending, they actually attacked. Now, if that's not being emboldened, I don't know what else to call it, because right now the situation is not getting any better. Gas prices are always going up, and Brent crude is, you know, positioned to hit $200 a barrel. That's